All right, we're going to go hear from the queen of Southern cuisine, as I was saying earlier in the show, Paula Deen, in just a few moments with her recipes for a stress-free Thanksgiving. But first, please welcome, with some last-minute Thanksgiving advice, the author of It's All About You, Life and Relationship Coach Donna Barnes. You wrote that for me, right?
Thank you, yes.
Also, here's financial expert Sanyika Calloway Boyce, our buddy. And from the Food Network's rescue chef, the adorable Chef Danny Boome, Good to have you here.
Okay.
So we're just going to get right to it. We've got some audience questions.
Boom, question.
Hi, Mike.
Hi.
I'm traveling to Atlanta tomorrow to have Thanksgiving dinner with my sister. She is a better cook than I am, and she's somewhat of a show-off. How can I curb sibling rivalry and have a great Thanksgiving dinner?
Donna,
that's common.
That's for you.
Oh, yeah. Actually, that's very common. And the thing is that you're stuck in this mode that you were in when you were a child. So as an adult, it's great if maybe you could call her tonight and say, hey, could we now readdress our relationship now that we're adults? I'm so proud of you for the things you do well, and I'd like you to be proud of me for the things I do well, and it's not a competition.
That's a hard call to make.
It is.
You're going to be on TV and she's not, so you get to one-up her.
And here's the other thing. If she's not willing to readjust and negotiate, and she still wants to try to one-up you, if you don't engage with her and you don't react to it, she'll lose the fun
I
of
know,
doing
but you
it.
know what? Whenever I do that, it's like it's still deep down. You're like,
It sounds like a
burning up.
This does. Hang on. Well, you should work with her. You should get in the kitchen with her and work with her and show her what you can do as well.
I'll do my best.
Or let her teach you.
But she is a better cook than I am. I must admit.
Is she married?
No.
I can go with you.
Let her teach you a couple of things.
Don't hit on women before the holiday.
Why not?
That's true. Why not? Our next question is an email from Rebecca from Mesquite, Texas. Rebecca writes, I was wondering how to make a juicy turkey. Whenever I make the turkey, it comes out dry. Sounds like my chicken last night. What am I doing wrong? What are we doing wrong, Danny?
First thing is, what people do wrong is, A, they're not cooking it right, okay? The first thing is put the turkey in there. Who puts stuff in their turkey? Everyone in here? Yeah, maybe? Yeah. Okay, try fruit. It hydrates the bird. Okay, that's the first thing. Ooh, okay, so, you know, use some grapefruit, some oranges, stuff like that. Fill that cavity. The other thing is, when it comes out, let the bird rest. You know, like if someone threw a bucket of cold water over you, what happens? You go like this.
Right.
Same thing with heat. So when the bird comes out, let it sit, let it rest, all right?
And the juices, like, coagulate
They just sit down, they relax, and then you have a beautiful, hydrated bird.
And if you come out right, go to Chef Danny's house.
Yeah, really.
I've never heard of shoving fruit into the turkey cavity. Have anybody ever heard of that?
Works in most cavities, but definitely a turkey cavity.
All right, let's go out to the street for our next question.
Hi, I'm Connie from Perrysburg, Ohio, and I was wondering if it's okay to ask family members to bring money to assist for Thanksgiving dinner this year.
All right.
Yes and yes.
Yeah?
It absolutely is acceptable. It is. If you're cooking the meal and you're doing all of the work, it's acceptable to do one of two things. One, invite them to bring a dish, or ask them, would you be willing to contribute whatever you can comfortably afford?
I think it's absolutely acceptable. I mean, right now, it's like everybody's looking for a bailout plan, right? So play it like it's fun. Like, you know, hey, I need a little bailout plan of my own.
Eli didn't turn around
the
the Thanksgiving meal with the Pilgrims and say, now listen here, Jacob, I need a bag of corn for this turkey. What I want is see. No. What you got to see?
It's cheaper in those days, though. Now it's much more. I was in the grocery store yesterday. The woman in front of me paid $50 for a
Bring a
turkey.
pie. You can buy a pie. Buy a bottle of wine, bring a pie. You know, let's be honest.
You're basically agreeing. You're basically agreeing. You're
saying,
but
you want to do it in
help
advance.
out in some way.
If you can call, like, you know, tonight and say, hey, look, you know, I spent a lot of money. I'm having a hard time. Would you be willing to donate or
So the answer is don't ask for actual count. Don't bring a 20 and then you can come in.
Right. Whatever.
There's a cover charge.
Julia, you're
whatever you can comfortably afford.
Is there a cover charge?
Yeah.
To get in?
Of course.
Oh yeah.
That's because we have like the whole club.
Like that, you're better off going to a restaurant at the end of the day.
That's true.
Okay.
Good luck with the reservation.
Hello. Hi. My question actually is, this is my first Thanksgiving I'm hosting, and me and my husband are really excited, but he's more excited to play football outside than inside with me. So my question is, how do I get him into the kitchen with me to help?
Well, if you can have a little bit of fun with him, you'll get a better reaction. You know, maybe make a compromise. Like, go out and really just get in his huddle with him and say, hey, I've got a winning plan. I can give you extra energy to win your game. You can come have snacks in the kitchen, and you can help me out a little bit.
Danny, it doesn't sound like these guys should be in the kitchen.
No, hold on. I'm going to take your side on here. He shouldn't be out there playing football. He should be entertaining the masses. okay? I'm not finished. I am not finished.
Football is entertaining the masses, and it's keeping the guys outside so that you can do what you need to do inside. That could be a good compromise.
I've got a question.
Help, then, like, sometimes you just need to ask for help. Maybe he doesn't realize that you need that.
Can I ask you a question? Would he be any benefit of him helping you?
It would, like, the turkey is heavy. I can't carry
but then the thing is, like, I run a crew of 50 chefs, okay? The first thing is, you've got to pick out his strength. So if he can't help you in the kitchen, or the kids can't help you in the kitchen, delegate the work. Okay. Get him to lay the table. Get him to pour the drinks. Or the kids. Get everybody in the house to do a job. Okay, once that job is done, then you can go.
Yeah, just run those kids ragged out there on the football field. They'll be sleeping, then you don't have to babysit.
If you appeal to his ego, then you'll always, you know, make him feel like, say, oh, honey, you're so strong.
Does he have an ego?
For me?
Yeah, big ego.
We're in a
all men have.
All right, let's go back out to the street for another question.
Hi, I'm Joyce from Ohio, and I'm cooking for a family of 6, and I want to know what a reasonable family budget for Thanksgiving dinner is.
Donnie, what do you think? Danny. I keep calling you Donnie.
Yeah,
sorry,
I'm not
Danny.
in the Osmonds. Okay, right. I would say around anything between 100 and 150, but you've got to obviously look ahead of what you've got in your pantry. You know, if you've got your turkey, you've got the booze already, and you've looked at how many people are coming in. Okay, remember, it's £1 per person per turkey, so that's what you'll look at.
But the other thing that you want to think about, too, is that if it's family of 6, a lot of people usually cook way too much food for one day. So think about, do you want to cook for the day, or do you want to cook so that there's leftovers available?
Then again, there's a benefit in that as well, because that money that you've spent on that could last you 3 or 4 days over.
Right. Yes.
So you can prepare, you know, soups and stuff like that.
I like the turkey sandwich.
Yeah, turkey sandwiches are always good.
Yeah.
But try to shop with coupons, try to shop in bulk, and do it in advance. If you're thinking about shopping today, it's probably a little bit late.
Boom, right here.
Yeah.
I have never cooked Thanksgiving dinner before, and this year I need to bring a dish to my family's house. Can you recommend a dish that's cheap, tasty, and impossible to mess up?
Boston Market.
Boston Market.
Oh, no. Taste it.
Danny, you look
I'm surprised I'm
horrified.
still in business. Yeah, I really. Look, I tell you, if you go to the Rescue Chef site on the Food Network, foodnetwork.com, have a look on there, okay? We've got loads. I mean, you know, you've got sprouts and bacon, you've got, oh God, mashed potatoes.
Cranberry sauce.
Cranberry sauce, you can buy that in a can.
Right?
But, you know, most of the things you can buy, but buy quality. Okay, don't go buy something that's got a load of GMS in it or anything like that. You know, go and have some fun. You know, it's one meal of the year.
Okay, this is a big one. Let's go out to the street real quick for this question, because everybody goes through it.
Hi, my name is Robin from San Jose, California, and my sister and I have feuding husbands, and I would like to know how to keep them from arguing at the dinner table.
Donna.
Yes, yeah. Well, ultimately, they're going to have to agree to disagree at some point, but it might be hard to get them to that point. So if you can't get them to speak beforehand, maybe ask your husband what it is that he feels the other's opinion is, and see if he really even has it. And then try to appeal to him and say, hey, look, you know, you're not going to change his mind tomorrow. Could we set a boundary and just take that topic off the table? But would you try to look to find something that is more in common that you have to talk about, and try
keep
to
the alcohol
away. Water it down.
Water
Start drinking
everything
at 4,
down.
not at 12.
Very good.
Yeah. Guys, thank you so much. Catch Danny Boome's show, Rescue Chef, on the Food Network Sunday mornings at 11 Eastern. And thank you guys. And for more Thanksgiving tips, log on to our website, mjshow.com. Thank you for your questions, everybody. Coming back in 90 seconds with Chef Paula Dean's recipes for a stress-free Thanksgiving.
Still to come.